Well, we've got to try and drain the fluid, and the only way apparently to do that is to disconnect the bottom hose. Now this is quite easy to do, but it's a messy bloody job. Come on, in you go. Oh. Come on. What do you say? Messy job. Fortunately, all it is cooling water. No harm to the environment. We'll just leave that to drain. There we go, we have got oil down in the depths there. It looks as if oil has been running across here. It's hard to see where it's coming from. Could be from that seal behind the pulley. It's tremendously dirty behind there. And there's a lot of dirt along there. Yeah, quite clear. But nevertheless, I did drop a bolt down here earlier, and hopefully, there it is, dripping with oil, but nevertheless recovered. In terms of tools, this is probably one of the best investments I've ever made. This is a pen-like extending magnet. Now we have to remove the steering pump. This is one of the jobs that I absolutely dread, because I know that this is going to be really difficult to come off. This bolt is hard enough to get to, but it's even harder when we get to the bolt on the inside. Okay, that's worked out a lot better than I thought. Okay, I can probably get my hands in there and unwind that. Now comes the really difficult job. Yep. Right, let's see if I can get a 10mm in there to try and do it. Nope. Nope. Even if I can get the tool onto the bolt, which at the moment I don't seem to be able to. Right, having struggled to get to that bolt at the back, and I can't find what the head size on that bolt is, I'm going to take this bracing arm off. bracing arm just here. A nice easy to access nut on the top, or bolt I should say. Okay, that's the top part done. Bolt at the bottom, which is as hard to see as it is to get at. Ah, excellent. And yet another tool falls. Right, having lost the tool down the back there somewhere, I'm now having difficulty reaching into the bottom of this here to get that rather sheltered bolt that's holding the bottom of that spar. The tool very kindly has disappeared all the way down there and can't be seen by the camera. Try and finish with a different spanner and see if I can get this bolt undone. Hopefully without dropping the spanner. You know, it's difficult to even see in here, never mind. Never mind grab the head of the bolt, I can't even see the bloody bolt. Oh, I can't undo it. Can't bloody undo it. Ah. Have to try for a different spanner. Reaching into this back bolt is really quite difficult. Feeling by hand, it feels as if there's something right up against the edge of the bolt. Like the edge of the casing is right up against the edge of the bolt, not allowing the socket to go on. Having said that, this feels like the socket's the wrong size. Okay, sticking the socket up to a size 13. Get it in there, and yes, there we are. That's it now. No, I'd be better off doing this with a Where the hell's it gone to now? I can reach in there and get it with my fingers. I can touch it, but I can't turn it. Oh, wait a minute. Really difficult. You can see that it's all loose now anyway. Right, that's the bolt out at last. Leaves the one at this side to get out. I can get that now with my fingers. The advantage with your fingers over a tool is, of course, there we go. Again, covered in a fair bit of oil, and my gloves torn already. Brand new gloves on and torn already. Okay, that is now free. The only thing holding that in place... Oh, we've still got that in. Ha ha ha, that'll be a lesson to me. I put this bolt temporarily back into place with that bracket there. I need to take that bracket off. Yeah, I've got to take that bracket off, which means getting back into here. I need to get down into there. Get a 10mm ring onto that and undo that. Now, those ironic things, I can't actually see for the light. The sunlight reflecting off everything, making it really hard for me to see. Why do they think this was a good idea? I mean, really, that is right up against another bracket. You've got this clutch operation, whatever it is, rod in the way. This obviously is the gearbox. Got this actuating rod, which I presume comes from the gear mechanism. Okay, maybe we should have a look at this and see exactly what's going on here, just for your own satisfaction. Hopefully this thing will... There we go. There's the arm, the bracket, the stabiliser arm. There's the bolt. There's the head of a bolt with a bracket right behind it. It's hard to reach in with my hand to get there and remove that bolt, but I've got to take that bolt off to get that bracket out of the way. It would be nice if I could just fold that bracket down out the way so I can then pull the pump out, which is slotted in to place up there. It needs to be pulled off to the right. My question was, once I take that bolt out, fine, all good and dandy, but how the hell am I going to get it back in again? And look at the length of the bolt. The length of the bolt in itself is causing a problem, because of the amount of unthreading I've got to do to get that bolt out of there. Temptation, of course, is not to take the bolt out completely, just unthread it enough so that that bracket can swing toward me and lay flat against the top of the gearbox, hopefully giving enough space for that to pull out. I will have to disconnect that top pipe there, which means I'm going to get steering fluid everywhere. I was going to drain the steering fluid collection, but I seem to remember I didn't do that before, and there was very little dripped out of it. It just needed a bit topping up afterwards. The pulley there, obviously it drives the steering pump, but there is an interlocking connection that connects the pulley to the water pump behind, and this screw plus another one 180 degrees over go into a plastic retainer which holds it against the pulley for the water pump. So tricky operation, but if I can get this bracket out of the way, as I say, it should make the whole operation easier. I don't think I'm going to film the rest of this. I am going to carry on with that 10mm spanner undoing that bracket, but there's no point recording all this because it's just boring. Okay, after quite a bit of working away at it, eventually I've got it to come off, and that is the bracket removed. Next thing is now to undo these two little bolts which are held by not Allen keys but Torx. Just check if this T30 fits. Well, yes it does, but I can't get the tool in there. It's too tight to get that tool in there. I wonder if actually I can use one of my long reach. Okay, T25. Will it fit? Oh, it doesn't seem to fit. That seems to be a bit too slack. I'm going to try a slightly larger tool. I've got a T27 there, maybe that will fit better. No, it's got to be a T25. Okay, I'm going to try a different method altogether. This bit is so chunky, and when I fit it into there it won't fit squarely on because it's hitting off the body at the back there. If it doesn't fit squarely on, it's not operating correctly. We put the tool in, we put the spanner on it, and then we've got to try and hold the pulley steady while I turn the spanner. The trouble is that the spanner is pushing down on the tool and the Torx socket gets pushed out of place. Now it's starting to chew the screw up a little bit. I need more hands. I've actually managed to loosen one side, but for some reason I'm having difficulty with this side. Fortunately, it's really difficult to do this on camera because all you get is a view of my hands. Okay, having now got these loose, hopefully I can just unscrew them. One screw out. Right, having done that, I've now got to disconnect this and I'm going to need something for the fluid to drip into. Right, disconnect the oil feed line. Something's not allowing that to move. Ah. Aha. Okay. Who designed this? Won't come out. Oh, maybe I have to put that in out as well. Right, why is it so difficult to get this out? Because, my dear friend, there's a 10mm bolt that has to be released. There's a 10mm bolt right at the back here. Oh, not a 10mm. Well, that's a bit annoying. How about an 8mm? Seems I just happen to have an 8mm spanner here handy. Oh, come on. That's better. Right. That's that horrible little bolt out. Now that should be able to release, but still not. Oh. And still I can't move it. Still there's something holding it back. Oh well, that's not going to help, is it? That is going to get in the way. That is in the way. Move that back over there. That's no use. That might as well dribble over there for now, because it's Feels like that's still holding on by a bolt or something. Not quite sure why. The pulley is actually sitting into a trough at the back there, and the reason it won't move that way out is because this pulley is catching against part of the gearbox. There's an indent where the pulley runs. I can't move it up the way because it's catching on the spring-loaded device on the inside here. And it's beyond me now why I can't lift it up, I can't lift it out. I don't know what the hell I've got to do here.